Imagine carrying an extra 80 pounds every day of your life. Picture how it affects everything, from tying your shoes to climbing stairs. Now imagine losing it all in just 1 year. This isn't just another weight loss story. It's a journey through struggle, science, and success that will change how you think about health forever. You'll discover powerful truths about nutrition, witness real-life transformations, and learn why most diets fail. Stay until the end to uncover the shocking reason why traditional weight loss methods might be keeping you trapped in the cycle of failure. But first, hit that subscribe button to join thousands who've already transformed their lives with our proven strategies. The alarm clock blared at 6 a.m., but Sarah's body felt like it weighed 1,000 pounds. At 5 feet 6 inches and 212 pounds, her reality was far from metaphorical. Every morning began with the same exhausting ritual, prying herself out of bed while fighting shortness of breath. Her doctor's words from last week still echoed in her mind. At your current weight, you're at severe risk for diabetes and heart disease. The mirror told its own story, but the numbers on the scale painted an even grimmer picture. What started as occasional cravings had evolved into regular binge-eating sessions, each one pushing her further away from the active lifestyle she once enjoyed. In a nearby neighborhood, Mark faced his own battle. Once a high school football star, he now struggled to keep up with his 5-year-old daughter during playground visits. His 230-pound frame made simple activities feel like marathons. The extra weight wasn't just physical baggage, it carried emotional weight too. He remembered canceling family photo shoots and avoiding social gatherings, ashamed of how his body had changed after years of office work and fast food lunches. His blood pressure medication dosage kept increasing, a silent testament to his deteriorating health. These weren't isolated cases. Modern society had created a perfect storm for weight gain. Sedentary jobs, processed foods engineered to be addictive, and constant stress triggering cortisol production. The statistics were alarming. Nearly 40% of adults in developed countries now qualified as obese, with countless others overweight. The healthcare system groaned under the burden of treating weight-related conditions, while pharmaceutical companies profited from managing symptoms rather than addressing root causes. Diet culture thrived on quick fixes and miracle solutions, often leaving people heavier and more discouraged than before. The science behind weight gain revealed a complex web of factors. Hormonal imbalances, genetic predispositions, environmental influences, and psychological patterns all played their parts in this modern epidemic. Yet mainstream media often reduced it to simplistic narratives of calories in versus calories out, ignoring the intricate dance between metabolism, gut health, and mental well-being. People tried extreme measures, juice cleanses, single food diets, dangerous supplements, only to find themselves trapped in cycles of yo-yo dieting. Each failed attempt chipped away at their confidence, making the next challenge seem even more insurmountable. What many didn't realize was that sustainable weight loss required more than just willpower. It demanded understanding how modern lifestyles conspired against natural weight regulation mechanisms. From blue light exposure disrupting sleep patterns to chronic stress affecting hunger hormones, the obstacles were numerous and invisible. This was the landscape where Sarah, Mark, and millions like them found themselves struggling, aware of the problem but unsure of how to escape the gravitational pull of excess weight. The turning point came unexpectedly for both Sarah and Mark. For Sarah, it was a chance encounter with Dr. Emily Chin, a nutritionist specializing in metabolic health, at a community health fair. Dr. Chin's approach wasn't about quick fixes or drastic measures. Instead, she emphasized small, sustainable changes that worked with the body's natural rhythms rather than against them. She explained how intermittent fasting could help reset insulin sensitivity, while proper macronutrient timing would fuel workouts more effectively. Crucially, she highlighted the importance of sleep quality and stress management in regulating hunger hormones like ghrelin and leptin. Mark's breakthrough arrived through a different path. After his daughter's birthday party left him winded just from blowing up balloons, he decided to try something new. Instead of jumping into another fad diet, he joined a local hiking group specifically designed for beginners. The leader, a former competitive athlete turned fitness coach, introduced him to progressive overload training combined with mindful movement practices. They focused on functional strength exercises that improved daily life activities rather than chasing arbitrary gym metrics. Nutrition-wise, they adopted a Mediterranean-inspired eating pattern emphasizing whole foods, healthy fats, and moderate protein intake. Both journeys highlighted common principles that contradicted conventional wisdom. Rather than cutting out entire food groups, they learned to make smarter choices within them. Complex carbohydrates from vegetables and whole grains replaced refined starches. Protein sources shifted toward leaner options spread throughout the day. Healthy fats became essential for hormone production and satiety signals. Perhaps most surprisingly, they discovered that deprivation actually hindered progress. Allowing occasional treats prevented the binge-restrict cycle that sabotaged so many diets. Their physical transformations ran parallel to mental shifts. Regular exercise became less about burning calories and more about celebrating what their bodies could achieve. Morning runs weren't punishment for yesterday's meals, but opportunities to experience dawn's beauty. Strength training sessions transformed from intimidating challenges to empowering demonstrations of capability. Nutrition evolved from restrictive rules to intuitive eating guided by internal cues rather than external guidelines. These mindset changes proved crucial when setbacks occurred, because they inevitably did. Science backed up their experiences. Studies showed that combining resistance training with cardiovascular exercise produced superior results compared to either alone. Proper nutrient timing around workouts enhanced performance and recovery while preserving muscle mass during weight loss. Adequate protein intake prevented the metabolic slowdown that typically accompanied calorie restriction. Most importantly, consistent sleep patterns regulated cortisol levels, preventing the hormonal chaos that often led to late-night cravings and morning fatigue. 12 months later, Sarah stood at her bathroom scale, watching the numbers settle at 132 pounds. Her journey hadn't been linear. There were weeks where the scale refused to budge despite her best efforts, and moments when old habits threatened to resurface. Yet she learned to view these plateaus not as failures, but as periods of adaptation. Her doctor confirmed remarkable improvements. Her blood sugar levels normalized, cholesterol dropped significantly, and she no longer needed blood pressure medication. Beyond the numbers, she noticed subtle changes: clothes fitting better, energy lasting throughout the day, and a newfound confidence reflected in her posture. Mark's transformation told a similar story of perseverance meeting knowledge. Dropping to 165 pounds brought more than just physical changes. He could now run alongside his daughter without gasping for air, carry her piggyback style during games, and actively participate in family adventures. His annual checkup showed such dramatic improvements that his doctor used his case as an example for other patients. The real victory wasn't the number on the scale, but the quality of life gained, from joining weekend soccer matches to taking spontaneous hikes without worrying about stamina. Their stories represented broader patterns observed in successful weight loss journeys. Research tracking long-term maintainers revealed several consistent factors: regular self-monitoring, whether through apps or journaling, building supportive communities, and developing coping strategies for emotional eating. Interestingly, those who viewed their journey as lifestyle evolution rather than temporary diet showed significantly higher success rates. They approached challenges as learning opportunities rather than personal failures, creating resilience against setbacks. Modern technology offered new tools for this process. Wearable fitness trackers provided real-time feedback on activity levels and heart rate variability, helping optimize workout intensity. Meal planning apps simplified grocery shopping and portion control without feeling restrictive. Online communities connected people facing similar struggles, creating accountability and shared motivation. However, the human element remained irreplaceable. Having someone to celebrate non-scale victories with or commiserate during tough times proved invaluable. The final piece of the puzzle lay in understanding sustainability. True transformation required more than physical changes. It demanded rewiring relationships with food, movement, and self-image. This meant embracing flexibility over rigidity, progress over perfection, and self-compassion over criticism. Both Sarah and Mark learned to recognize warning signs of old patterns returning and developed strategies to address them before they escalated. Their success stories served as living proof that meaningful change, though challenging, was entirely possible with the right combination of knowledge, support, and persistence. If these stories resonated with you, if you're ready to transform your own relationship with health and fitness, don't miss out on our weekly content packed with practical tips and inspiring journeys. Hit that subscribe button now and join our growing community dedicated to sustainable wellness. Your future self will thank you for taking this first step today.